I'm wearing a dress, I promise. I'm not naked. Hello, gorgeous. So let me really quickly walk you guys through everything that I did, all the steps that I took to get myself up until this point before we move on to the rest of the tutorial. When I get ready, see, a lot of people like to put on their fragrance like right before they head out the door. I kind of like to apply my fragrance before I even start getting ready. It just like really sets the mood. It gives me a boost of confidence. It makes me like already start feeling glamorous. Right now I'm actually test driving this fragrance from Yves Saint Laurent called Black Opium. It's a really sexy, seductive kind of scent, but it's a little bit sweet. A lot of the times, like I've even recommended this to like Uber drivers, like on the rare occasion that I've had like female Uber drivers. I had a female driver. She complimented me on my fragrance and I told her which one it was and she was like, oh, I've been wanting to try it, but you know, it just costs so much money to like buy a full-size bottle of perfume and then like not end up really liking what it smells like on me, and then I'm stuck with this big bottle of perfume and I spent so much money on it and it's like such a loss. So I actually recommended that she try out Scentbird just because it's a really inexpensive way to test drive fragrances that you've been really wanting to try out but like don't want to spend all that money on just in case you don't actually end up liking them. I really love this service just because look how cute this is. It looks like a little lipstick bottle. Like you twist it and then you get the little spritzer. Pull out, you can see what fragrance it is. Like it has a nice label and you do get quite a bit of fragrance, especially for the money that you're spending. Like it's really not that expensive even without the coupon code, but like the coupon code makes everything better. Sometimes I even pick up fragrances that I already have just because I like the little packaging, so I can always just stick this in my purse and it's just an easy thing to have on the go for touch-ups and you know, just a little extra spritz here and there. Anyway, moving on to the makeup. What I like to start out by doing now is I like to fill in my brows first. I just feel like it looks a lot cleaner. My brows have been kind of tricky. Like I've been liking how this brow has been turning out, but this one has been giving me problems for the past 3 weeks and I have no idea what's going on with it, but it's like driving me crazy. Don't feel bad for me, I have a pretty decent life otherwise. For primer, I've been trying something a little bit different lately. I've been using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is the shade NW15. And I use that with a flat brush to kind of like carve out the underside of the brows, just to kind of clean them up a little bit and kind of make them look a little bit more decent than they look like. Because again, they're giving me issues. And then I'll just spread that on down to the rest of the lid, all the way down to the lash line, and I use this as a eyeshadow primer, and it's been working really well. It's the only concealer I've ever been able to put on my eyelids in my lifetime that like won't end up creasing and actually does act as a good eyeshadow primer. Then for foundation, this is where things get a little bit extra because I'm using like 3 different shades of the same foundation, but it's from Lancome. It's called the Untitled Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. A lot of stick foundations for me, like I love the whole idea of a stick foundation, but a lot of the times they're either way too creamy and they slip all over my face way too much, or they're way too dry and like difficult to blend and they cling to all the flaky stuff. This foundation doesn't do that. It's one of the only stick foundations that I actually really like. So what I first like to do is I take the mid-tone shade to kind of apply it all over-ish. Then I take the darker shade to sort of carve out and define the face, the structure of it, and all of that. And then I'll take the lighter shade, and I'm not really doing like heavy under eye highlight for this look. I'm kind of a little bit over that look because I just feel like we're all ending up looking the same. So what I do is I kind of find like the very high points, like the part that sticks out the most on the cheek, and I'll apply it there, and then I'll do a little bit under the eye, a little bit by the nose. So once all of the foundation is in place and I'm liking everything, use some translucent powder with a damp beauty blender sponge, and I'll mainly press that in the areas that I know I'm gonna have like, I have more creasing issues, or like right here on my chin where I have like some zits that are testing my life. I want those to stay covered, so I'll go in and pat on over those. And now we can move on to the eyes. Now, in the pictures that I shared with you guys on like Instagram and in the video where I talked about like the instant boob job, how to make your boobs look bigger without plastic surgery and all that stuff, the actual eyeshadow palette that I used was Lorac Pro. This is the Lorac Pro palette 3. And I used this in my Ariana Grande look, and I think it came out nice. But I have to admit that I just, like, as much as I love Lorac, like, I love all of their palettes. I mean, I have this little one that I use all the time. I love it. This one, though, I just didn't feel like pigmentation was quite right. I wasn't really thrilled with this one. So even though I did use it in the original photos and all of that, I'm not going to use it for this tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'm actually going to be working from this Too Faced palette. It's the one that's It's a totally cute one. It's supposed to have like all these stickers and stuff that you can stick on the outside of it. I don't got time for that. So I'm just gonna keep mine nice, chic, and plain. But anyway, it has these really pretty colors here that are very nice. And the pigmentation on these are great. So let's get started. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. So the eye look is very simple. I'm gonna start out with, I think I'm gonna take this color called Double Scoop here, just kind of like a really like peach. It's matte. I'm gonna apply that, right? It's matte. Yeah, it's matte. Just gonna apply that all over the lid, just to make whatever eyeshadows I apply on top easier to blend in. Next, I'm gonna take the color Chocolate Donut. I'm just gonna work that right in the crease here. I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm actually gonna take a clean, fluffy brush. So just to apply the colors, I use the Sephora Pro Blending number 27 brush. It's a nice kind of fluffy crease brush. And then to blend, I'm using the Sigma E35. Then I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush. This is the large shader E60. I'm gonna dip into the color Unicorn right here. I'm just gonna pat that right on the lid, like from the inner part up until about the center. I'm just gonna put some underneath the brow bone. This is so gorgeous. I think this would make a really nice face highlight, to be honest. Then I'm going to take this color called Shooting Star, which is more like a champagne-y kind of color. I'm going to put that on the outer half of the lid. And then taking the blending brush, just blend out the edges. Then I'm going to take this color Bunny Foo-Foo. It's kind of like an orangey kind of color. Apply that right out there. Just like at the very outer corner, I'm just kind of placing it. Blending again. Then I'll take the color called Meow. It's like this nice dark purple. And I'll go really close to the lash line, kind of. But not really. Kind of do a little C shape here. I'm actually going to pick up the Unicorn shade again. Then I'm going to take a pencil brush. I'm going to dip it into Chocolate Donut. And I'll use a little of that along the lower lash line. But I'm going to stop about halfway, kind of drag it up. And then I'm taking the color Unicorn again, just on the very tip of that flat brush, because I'm too lazy to get another brush. And I'm just going to apply that right in that like inner half of the lower lash line. Then I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes. I'm using the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. I think this eyeliner is drying out, which is really sad because I love it. So I promise this video is not sponsored by Too Faced, but I'm picking up the sketch marker from Too Faced. It's this eyeliner. So I'm just gonna use that to get a nice little wing. I'm gonna try to make it match on the other side. Pray for me. See how like lining the outer half of it kind of makes the eyes look very like elongated? Well, to drive that home a little bit more, gonna do a little slight bit of lining at the very inner corner. So it helps to kind of like turn your head to the mirror, like turn it to the side. So this part really stretches out. Next I'm going to line the upper waterline using a black eyeliner. And I know this looks weird, but it really helps prevent like any skin from showing through your lashes. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara and false lashes. For mascara, I'm using the Ardency In Monster Big mascara. For eyelashes, I'm actually using these. You can only find them at Dwayne Reed, which I think is only in New York or like East Coast basically. They're the Elite number 18 black lashes. Honestly, you can use like Ardell Wispies or something if you can't find these. It's fine. Finished the face. I bumped up the contour a little bit by using my Lorac contour palette, just to bump up the hollows of the cheeks and all of that, just to make them look a little bit deeper. Then I applied a sheer wash of this pink blush from the Balm. It's called, I think, the Down Boy blush. I just applied a sheer wash of that just to have a little bit of color to the cheeks. Then I applied highlighter. I used the Becca Champagne Pop. And it's just a really great way to make the whole look just come alive and look a little bit more, you know, modern, less flat. And then for the lips, I started out by lining them, and then I went ahead and filled it all in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in the color Ashton. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look and found this whole video entertaining and interesting. Be sure to check out Scentbird if you haven't. I'll have a list of everything that I used, links, coupon codes, all of that kind of stuff in the description box below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, so as always, I look forward to talking to you again very, very soon.